Welcome back everyone to They Are Survival. I was trying to gather resources for building the forge and then I stumbled upon this quest, so I brought you back guys with me so we can see it together. Alright. A piece of a ceramic mug is lying on the asphalt. Another memory. Galia, I've had it with the silent treatment. I roam around the apartment like a wounded animal. The only thing I do this day is try to figure out what I've done to upset you this time. I tried to grab Galia's arm. Don't touch me, Galia rasped. Let me go. You're not going anywhere. I blocked the door with my body. Tell me what's wrong. Uh-oh, fighting. Galia falls onto the chair limply. Come on, I'm not talking now. I'm yelling. Don't give a damn about me. I've known that for a long time, Galia snapped. But what's Shasha's done to you? Don't you see that she's growing up without a father? When's the last time you took her anywhere? When was the last time you had a conversation with her? Did you know that I get called into school every week? And I go along after my shift and I have to hear how she's out of control and failing all her classes. Then I come home and try to talk some sense into her. Do you even have a clue what's going on? I feel all my strength leaves me. I feel an ache somewhere in my chest. I move away from the door. Galia stands up and put an old coat. You know what she said to me yesterday? Mom, can we get a different dad? My ears are ringing. Galia leaves. I look down and see the piece of Galia's favorite mug. Oof, bad father. Well, I'll keep gathering resources for the forge. I'll see you in a second. Alright, I brought back all the material to do the forge. And now when I enter the town, I got that message. I've collected all the material for the forge. I'll go and tell Ignat. He'll be over the moon. Bring all the material to Ignat. Alright. Well, we're here, correct? But we got this, so let's talk to Ignat. I'm back. Are you going to bring me the material soon or what? I don't think I can stomach laundry duty much longer. I've brought them. Take a look. I never believed for a second that you'd keep your word. My wife nearly lost her mind when I told her about the forge. By the way, I won't let you, she said. Well, it's too late now. Someone else can do the laundry. Let's start building your forge. Brick, scrap metal, cement. We've got everything we need. Not far from me, by the river, there is an old warehouse, a strong brick one. You couldn't hope for better ventilation. Plenty of window? There's no wall. Okay, I mean that's a good ventilation. You are correct. So we need to bring anything there. Build. Oh. Well, give me a minute. I'm gonna move everything. All right, we have everything we need to build the forge. So let's go. Took me forever to bring all of that, but we have plenty of stuff. I'm really curious to see what's next. Level 1 blacksmith, 4 chimney, bellows, right, axe, that's cool. Nail, I don't need. Thank for everything, man. You've really helped me out. I don't even know what to say. If only all bandits were like you. Quit saying that, I'm not a bandit. Fine, you say you're not a bandit. You're not a bandit. Come in, take a look. I'm just knocking up a laundry basin for the wife to make her see that this isn't a complete catastrophe. She'll have to do laundry now. Ain't that something? What? You'll still give me a cigarette, right? I haven't set eyes on one in 5 years. I won't even inhale. I just want to feel it in my mouth. I won't do anything, any harm. Alright. Oh no, now you're talking. Thanks, man. If you need the furnace, feel free to use it. I'll keep the fire going. See you around, Ignat. Ignat and I have built a damn good forge. I hope this will make him happy now. Okay, so it's done. Perfect. What can we do at the forge? Ooh. Why do we have extra? What? Pretty sure I didn't add that much extra. So now, not the quest. Design blacksmith. Okay, so we built one. Okay, so now we can build one whenever we want. Here are all the material collected in the area marked for building. When building progress is 100% complete, the structure is complete. Okay. How about the bellow? It helped to work with the forge chimney. We can build it right now. Nail, glue, skin, tool. Yeah, I have everything. Let's assemble it. Let's see. So I guess we're gonna have to build some nail and stuff to level up. Oh, I really want to craft some crowbar. Oh, that would be awesome. Oh my god, it just needs scraps? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna make like 100. Wow, really? Just scrap and firewood? Tools? Just scrap. Okay, okay. Alright, well I'm gonna grind for a minute here for sure. And we're back at the forge. I grinded quite a bit, and I'm now level 3 at the forge. So now we can make a knife. We have plenty, I think, still. So I don't... yeah, 6 knife. Don't really need those. But crowbar, I made 5. And if we ever need a shovel or barrel, not sure what to do with those. But we have a lot of option now. I wish I could have grind until that thing. I'm not sure. Iron pot. I'm not sure what it's used for. And mill. Tools we don't need. But even if I grind until the armor, we still need what did I say that I don't have? The workbench. I mean, I could probably make one. I don't know. Well, for now I'll stop here. But I saw that I could do something really cool though. I can build the heavy crossbow. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna do more damage because the crossbow right now is just not good enough. 20 to 40 damage, it's not good. 30 to 50, I'll think about it, you know. Damage to deals double damage to armor and stuff, so it can be more useful. So I want to make it anyway. Give us some XP too to mechanics. Super hard to level at this point, but with more crowbar it's gonna be easier because I can break absolutely every car that I see now that I can make some more crowbar. So yeah, look at that beauty. Cool. So we have the new crowbar. Let me just drop the old one right here and we'll be on our way. I almost forgot to take back my tent. That would have been bad. Okay, so the old one is here. We can remove that. Yes. And drop it. There you go. Yes, so we're ready. Weight is not bad. I don't know if I should drop this here. I don't know, I have a battery extra in case. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Let me save before we go. We'll be on our way to go save the poor guy who has been there for weeks now. Yeah, right here. Pretty close. I was supposed to go there the same day, but that didn't happen. So where is it? Oh, it's right there. Right. Maybe let me loot around first real quick. Oh, workbench right there, huh? What if I want to make the armor? What if I grind until I have enough? Oh, it's a blacksmith. So I need... oh. I would have to build a forge or... yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll grab that though. Grab one of those if I need to repair my car. Those are okay. I'm gonna disassemble everything I can for XP. I need it right now. Gas we don't need, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. So I'm gonna disassemble every car I see from now on for the XP. Radiation is not really a problem. We have a bunch of stuff for it. We have plenty of medicine, plenty of vodka, wine, everything we want. And I'm not even using a good mask and stuff. I'm trying to get rid of those. But we have 2 better. We have 2 chemical soup too, so there's really not a problem. So I'm gonna take some time and destroy those. If I disassemble this, I have I'm gonna have a toolkit. Well, I guess I'm not gonna come here to build anything anyways, so I don't need right now. I don't need bullet or... so I'll just grab the toolkit for now. So he's there. Is there anything else? More car over here. Alright, so I looted all the city. There's no car remaining intact in here. Let's try to save that young man. Shovel, crowbar, Makarov, ammo, bandages, food, clean water, car or motorcycle. We have everything. Let's go. I made my way through the dusty entrance and up the stair. On the third floor, landing, I encountered a pile of concrete rubble that almost reached the ceiling. A lone piece of steel piping was sticking out of the pile, and the corridor beyond was blocked by a cracked flooring slab from a floor higher up. A large hole gap in ceiling above me. I shone my flashlight up and could make out the cracked ceiling of what must have been the 5th floor. Similar cracks snaked along the plaster on the 3rd floor. The rubble was more imposing than I expected. It was going to take me several hours to clear a path using a crowbar or shovel, and that was being optimistic. I surveyed the crack wall distrustfully. The load-bearing wall behind the rubble was missing. I'll have to work very carefully if I don't want the building caving in on my head. Let's clear the way. Over 3 hours passed before I managed to get past the barrier, the muscle in my arms aching with fatigue. I'm in a hallway with broken concrete piled up half a meter high. There are 3 apartments here. One of the doors is open. Maybe Genna was here? Maybe he still is. I found Genna's body in the kitchen. Poor kid. Chunks from the wall and ceiling were piled on his torso. I listened and heard a low whistling sound. He was breathing. The kid was still alive. I need to get him out of here. Need out of the rubble and look him over as soon as possible. I sat the flashlight down and started lifting rubble of his body. But not even a minute has passed when a muffled rustling came from the corridor, and a lynx scurried into the kitchen. The noise might have drawn his attention when I was clearing the blockage in the stairwell. The lynx had definitely been exposed to radiation. It was unnaturally large, and it had green swelling on the bald spot of its body. The lynx looked at me appraisingly. Then it turns toward Genna and drops closer to the ground. I'm holding a gun and the lynx doesn't even see me as a threat. This isn't the first time I've seen this predator exposed to radiation seems to have lost all fear. They're like rabid dogs. Their instinct for self-preservation has been suppressed. Now their primary instinct is hunger. Why would I wait? Shoot! Shoot it! I'm not gonna let him kill the guy. And the sound is still bugged. Okay, so I guess every fight that are like story based. But we're gonna destroy that lynx though. Yeah, we just need to shot him once with Let's move over here, let him come to us, and he should be dead. Yep. BAM! When the lynx was dead, I dragged the heavy carcass into a corner and got back to work. Genna was mumbling something and weakly pushing away at the air with his hand. I shoved the largest piece aside and saw a sledgehammer. Strange. I got Genna out and gently carried him to the room and laid him on a small couch. His left leg was badly bruised, but his right shin bone was definitely broken. Genna wouldn't be walking for the next few months. He was a good-looking kid. He had an intelligent face, freckle, and he was really young. No more than 16. I fashioned a splint for his leg. Genna's eyes opened slightly. Thirsty. Food and water. Genna perked up a little after drinking some water. He even tried to eat something. Lie down and don't move, I told him. You're awfully energetic for somebody who's been trapped under rubble for a day. Weeks. Your right leg tells a different story though, and you probably swallowed some radioactive dust. That sucks, Genna sighed. Will I be able to walk? Right now, no way. And in the future? Besides, you have to. Who will look after your mother if not you? She sent you? She didn't send me, she asked me. Are you going to bring me to her? Don't you want to rest a little first? No, I'm sick of laying around. Alright, well, we're gonna go back. How are you feeling? I asked when we were out of the city. Genna didn't answer. He was lost in his own thoughts. Unpleasant one, judging by his grimace. I sighed. You should be thrilled to be alive and thanking your lucky stars. You had every chance of dying back there. Is that bastard already back at camp? What are you talking about, Vanya? He came back. Why are you calling him a jerk? Because this is all his fault. His fault? Care to share a little more detail? Jenna grimaced. Alright. In that apartment we found a crate full of booze. Vanya said we should celebrate. What was I supposed to do? My mom doesn't let me drink. You refused? Jenna looked at me like I was crazy. Of course not. And she won't find out. So we drank, we hung out, then we start looking at other apartments in the building. Then we're all locked. They were all locked. Then Vanya remembered that the kitchen wall in the first apartment was all cracked. He said we could make a hole and crawl through into the apartment next door. He took a sledgehammer from the storeroom and started hitting the wall. Wait, what? He could have destroyed the door with the sledgehammer instead? Why would he destroy the wall? Makes no sense. It's only locked. It's not like it's a, metal door at every apartment. But whatever. Okay. Okay, you could come up with anything better than that? Jenna continued. The wall held, but the ceiling started crumbling. I yelled at Vanya to stop, but he just kept hitting the wall over and over like a psycho. I tried to take the sledgehammer, but he punched me, and he kept battering the wall. Jenna screamed. So the ceiling caved in. I was on the first floor, in agony. Couldn't see anything, couldn't breathe through the dust. When I recovered a little, I noticed that Vanya was gone, along with her backpack, and that there was a crashing noise on the stair. The whole building was shaking. I thought I was done for, so that's what happened. What do you have to say to that? The way I see it, you're both at fault. You shouldn't drinking during an expedition. I mean, we're drinking wine and vodka like every hour when we're looting, so I don't think we have anything to say about that. If you'd been sober, breaking through wall wouldn't have seemed like such a bright idea. Yeah. And what's Vanya's crime? He thought you were a goner. Anybody in this place would have done the same. He got out of there while he could. No, he was a jerk. What shouldn't have happened and you acted like the worst kind of jerk. Yeah, pretty much. I understand that he was running, but he should have at least tried to help, I think. Yeah. That's it. Janona doesn't. He didn't even check on exactly, and it was his idea in the first place to break through the wall. I told him it would end badly. We had entered a patch of fog. It became harder to make our way across the rough terrain, so the conversation was dropped. When Jenna saw the light of the camp in the distance, he suddenly asked to stop. What is it? I asked What is it? I asked nonplussed. I thought you wanted to go home. Home. Will still be waiting for me after I've done this. Do me a favor, turn off into the grove and go along the path. There'll be a meadow after about 100 meters. What are you planning? I'll tell you when we get there. Come on, you don't mind, do you? Intrigued, I didn't argue. 5 minutes later, we emerged in a small meadow covered with fine, dry grass. There was a pile of amber at the edge of the meadow, next to a fallen pine. We're here. Now, tell me straight, what are you doing here? Help me get out. Get out? Feels like going for a stroll all of a sudden. I've got a better idea. I'll take you to your mother, and after that you can walk around all you want. No, you don't understand. When they see me in the camp, it will be too late. I frowned. What will be too late? Jenna thought for a while and then gruffly asked me, can I borrow a gun? I scoffed. A gun? What do you need a gun for? You can either tell me what you have planned, or I'm taking you to Nadezhda right now, and you can work out the rest on your own. You have to help me. I don't owe you anything. That's it. I'm done. We're going back to camp. Jenna grabbed my arm. Fine. I'll tell you. There's somebody I want to talk to right here without any witness. And with who? With Vanya. Yeah, that was obvious, but Vanya's not here. Vanya's at the camp. Yeah, this is where I need you to help me. You have to go back to the camp and bring Vanya here. I'll tell him whatever you need. And when he's here, we'll talk without witness. You know what? I'm not your errand boy. Deal with this Vanya on your own. Yeah, we're going to the camp. Alright, let's say I'm willing to help. How would I do it? No, I don't want to be part of a murder. He asked for a gun. I mean, I understand that he's pissed, but he can deal with that in the town. And tell the story and people can decide by their own. Yeah, no. We're going back to camp. Hey, that bastard left me to die, and now I'm supposed to go back to camp and talk to him like it never happened? No, you don't. You don't have to talk to him, exactly. But it's no concern of mine either way. I promised your mother that I would bring you back. And you will. An hour earlier or later, it makes no difference. And can I ask what you plan to do after you have this chat? I looked the kid straight in the eyes. Jenna didn't reply. Anyway, we're wasting enough time already. Yes. Alright, I'll help. No. Then I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying here, Jenna announced. Really? And how are you going to ensure that you can't even walk? So, I'm not going to let you take me there. My peasant snapped. I got out my gun. Now listen carefully. Everybody in the camp thinks you're dead, so I could blow your brain out right now. If I wanted to bring them your corpse and nobody would say a word about it. Are we clear? Except that there would be a bullet in his head. Jenna looked askance at the gun, then look at me again. Are you serious? Absolutely. Just because I got you out doesn't mean that I'm some do-gooder who goes around helping everybody. That's not me. Your mother promised to give me information I need in exchange for you. Jenna thought about what I said and then suddenly declared, you're an Too bad. I couldn't care less what you think of me. Jenna saw the rest of the way to the camp and every so often cast a glowering look my way. Clearly I was now on his list of mortal enemies, along with Vanya. The camp inhabitants saw Jenna and abandoned their core, rushing forward to embraces and mass. I stood aside to wait. Jenna returned the hugs of his campmate, but his eyes were grim. Nadezhda was standing in the doorway to her house. I could tell by her face that she couldn't believe her son had survived. Only when I had laid Jenna on the mattress did she fall upon his chest sobbing. Mom, don't cry, it's okay. Jenna begged, trying to console Nadezhda, but she just cried harder. Jenna looked at me and made a helpless gesture. I nodded and left quietly, closing the door behind me. Looks like I'll have to wait a little longer. As I was standing there, a group of women flocked around me and started loudly thanking me for saving the boy. When they finished, they demanded that I tell them the story of Jenna, rescue down to the last detail, and that's when I looked over their head and saw Vanya. He peered in through the window of Nadezhda's house, then headed decisively for the door. Are you sure you should go in there right now? I called to him. Of course, I'm sure, he replied impassively. We're still friends, I want to see him. And Vanya disappeared behind the door. That could go bad. Let's follow them. After disentangling myself from the throng of women, I went into Jenna's house. I saw Nadezhda in front of an open chest. She was looking for something in a box of medicine. Jenna was lying on the mattress. Vanya crouched down beside the mattress and they were conversing in whispers. When they saw me, they both fell silent. Vanya stood up, dusted himself down, and went out the door, almost bumping me with his shoulder as he passed. Did you talk? Asked Jenna quietly. We talked, he replied coolly. And? It's none of your business. He turned away and closed his eye. Okay. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. I still haven't thanked you. Nadezhda put her hand on her head. When I saw my boy alive, Alsen just left me. Don't worry, I said with a smile. I understand you, though. He was... Yes, I thought he was. We all thought it, but... Nadezhda brought a handkerchief to her nose. But when you went to get him in Novomoskov, for a second I dared to imagine you bringing him home alive. Just for a second. And when I actually saw him alive, Thank you. Luckily, I found him quickly. I could have been too late. If I'd been a few hours later, I think he would have died of dehydration. I went to save him like 2 weeks after. Jenna had a rough time. Let's leave him to sleep in peace. Oh, Jenna has had a rough time. Let's leave him to sleep in peace, Nadezhda said to me. We went out in the yard. You want me to give you some information, I recall. Ask me your question, go ahead. Yes, I wanted to find out what happened to your husband. What happened to Andre? Nadezhda's expression shifted. What is it that you want to know? Nadezhda, you see, I'm trying to find out the truth about what happened back then, the epidemic, the nuclear war. I don't understand. What do you mean? How could Andre be involved in that? He died long before the epidemic broke out. Dead? He was executed by a firing squad. Nadezhda closed her eyes. It was obvious that the memory still caused her great pain. They charged him with treason, found him guilty, and they killed him. Can you tell me more about him? I'm afraid I can't. I don't know any more detail. It was all classified, the investigation, the trial. I wasn't even allowed to see Andre. I know he was arrested at the institute where he worked. I received a letter from the investigator. It said that Andre had been arrested. He was charged with collaboration with the USA, and that the trial was in week time. It was a closed hearing. The investigative committee wouldn't even allow family members to be present. I traveled to Moscow. I tried to get in to see the investigator, but he refused to speak to me. He just said that the case was cut and dry, that there were witness evidence. Your husband, he said, cut a deal with the West. He handed over important information. Nadezhda let out a sob. At first I didn't believe it, but Andrew had changed recently. He'd stopped coming home on the weekend. He never talked about his work, and he never picked up the phone if I called him in the evening. And you don't know anything more? No, that's it. You know, there was something else I didn't want to know. I was like a bolt from the blue. My Andre, a traitor to the motherland. I couldn't get over it, but my only concern was that Jen I'd never find out. You don't happen to have anything written by your husband, notebook, diaries? We had nothing like that at home, but his room in Moscow. I don't know, the KGB turned their apartment upside down. They took everything they could, and after I heard that when Moscow was bombed, a fire broke out and the whole district burned. Well, fair enough. Nadezhda was waiting for my next question, but I just stood there stunned. I certainly had learned something new, but what now? Where should I go? And what should I look for? Even if something in the apartment had been missed by the KGB, it would have been lost in the fire that followed. Was I going to have to go back and search the Institute of Virology again? Nadezhda, you don't happen to remember the investigator's last name, do you? The investigator's surname? No, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Then maybe you know something about your husband's college? Well, I know Georgy Nesterov. He was basically the head of their lab, a good man. He invited us to his house for tea when I went to Moscow to visit Andrei. I saw Shashkov a couple of times too. And this Shashkov, what do you know about him? I know his first name, Leonid. He and Andrei were old friends from school, but he never visited our home. I saw him at Andrew's birthday party. And then we went to his home once. Well, it wasn't his, it was his sister's, Larissa. And you don't remember where Shashkov's sister lived? In Orgol. It was a new housing development. I'll give you the address. I don't even... why I've remembered it. Yeah, I don't know either, but you have a good memory. Well, thanks. I suppose I have to go to Oriel now. Ooh. Safe travel then, Nadezhda said, smiling at me. Thank you for helping an old woman. Jenna is the only good thing I have left in this life, and you brought him back to me, even though I never thought I'd see my son alive again. You're a good man, and I believe that everything is going to work out for you. Thank for your kind word and your help. Oh wait, I have something for you, Nadezhda ran into the house and returned quickly. Here, take it. It's worth nothing compared to my son's life, but I hope you'll find it useful. Thank you, goodbye. Ooh, gasoline. After my conversation with Nadezhda, I was completely worn out, but never mind. Look like I'm heading to Oriel, and what? What were the chances that I would find anything useful in Shashkov's sister house? A sister I'm not even certain he was close to. And then an unexpected thought crept into my mind. Could there be a connection between Andrei's colleague betrayal and the epidemic that started? Simultaneously across the entire country? And if there is a connection, what is it? I reread the telegram from the Novgorod suicide again. They are. No. While there's even the smallest chance of success, I'm going to keep moving forward. Oops, I might already went there, and I saw a quest note and I didn't pick it up when I was looking for cement. Yeah, okay, I'll make my way down there real quick. Is there anything else I could do here? What if I go talk to Vanya? Vanya is at home and evidently not alone. Going in there now is the last thing I want to do. Okay. No. I'm a little busy, but thank you again for everything. No problem, I didn't want it to... I'm sorry, so sorry about that. Right, I'll go rest at camp. Alright, we are all rested. We can keep on going. I already looted all of those cities, so it's gonna be pretty fast. So it was right there, yes. Let me check. Yes, I was correct. Alright. I've already looted everything. It took me ages to find Larissa Sashkova building. It's a wonder that Nadezhda Kulik remembered the right address. The building had survived the bombing with barely a scratch on it. I started up the stair, carefully checking every floor as I passed. My luck held below the belt on each door was a plaque with the resident last name. Okay, yes, I saw that. The Shashkov apartment was on the top floor, and there was a surprise waiting for me. The door of the apartment was made of steel, and the lock didn't give away no matter how much force I used. There was only one thing for it, I had to blow it up. Do we have explosive? I mean, unless it's a grenade. Use available explosive material? Yeah. Yeah, we can use that. Success, cool. The door flew off its hinge with a deafening crash and tumbled into the apartment. I waited for the dust to settle a little and then I began looking around. The apartment had 2 rooms, one was empty, and in the other I saw a couch with a man's skeleton sitting on it. I thought it was Larissa's husband at first, but in his pants pocket I found an Institute of Virology access pass belonging to Leonid Sashkov. It looked like I found my scientist and he'd been killed by the disease. That guy is lucky to find that guy right there. Sashkov's briefcase was empty and I found nothing else of use in his room. I need to search the other one. Learning Sashkov's skeleton experience explosive 100. Cool. Yes, let's search. The note is right there. There we go. Do you have anything on your body maybe? Something cool? Take the cigarette. I don't need the vodka. You know what? I'll take a sip. There you go. Let's look at the note. Right here. Larissa, I signed a statement denouncing the others. I know you'll judge me for it, but Zaitsev is right. It is our duty to the motherland, don't you see? We owe it to the party. To every one of the million of citizens of the USSR. Nesterov and the other made a mistake, and only they should have to pay for it. And we have to do everything we can to stave off this disaster. Kulik is the only one I feel any pity for. Remember him? He and his wife spent May 1st with us a few years back, but Andrei nevertheless was an idiot to go along with Nesterov. In the end, the 3 of us signed the statements against them, and Beletsky delivered it into the right hand. Today the director said that things were already in motion. A man came from the KGB and gave him some instruction. Officially, the case has been assigned to senior investigator Pavel Gavrilov. He's a trustworthy sort. He was giving a commendation last year, and a dacha outside Bryansk. Bryansk? Now all we can do is wait yearly, April 26, 1984. So he was the one who made the other guy died by execution. I found a whole sheaf of letters in the bottom drawer on the decks. They were mostly inane personal correspondence, but the very last letter caught my interest. So what happened? The other scientists found out about the treachery and reported it to the authorities. Yes. They didn't just denounce Kulik, but Nesterov and someone else as well. Something doesn't add up here. The letter was sent by Shashkov at the end of April 84, but in June of that year, Svetlana's mother wrote to her that her father, Nesterov, had died of a heart attack. Either I've misunderstood something or it wasn't a heart attack that got Nesterov. He was probably executed along with Kulik. Svetlana's mother just wanted to spare her daughter. She didn't want to reveal that her father had been a traitor. Christ, what am I going to tell her? But I still don't know how all this connects to the epidemic. I won't find anything else here. I think I'll go to Bryansk and try to locate this investigator, Gavrilov. Okay, so where next? Did I went there earlier? No, I don't think so. I think I went back from here. Okay, so that's gonna be a new place. Yeah, you can see I made a camp right there. Or drop something, I don't know. Well, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoy. If you did, please leave a like and a comment below to let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!